But she was on to me, dog. She was on to. She was like, "This thing could be a waste of my time," and she was right. She ain't wrong. She ain't wrong when she right. I mean, this mommy was like, "Yo, I'm on this plan. I want to have a husband and 2 kids in 5 years." She's like, "I'm on this plan." You know what I mean? It's like this isn't gonna work because, like, I know, you're not. We're not on the same page. You're like, this would be a waste of my time. And she's and for her sake, like, I peeped that early, so I should have been more upfront and just being like, I'm gonna waste your time.
We talked about that last time too.
Yeah,
Probably should just be real with it a
I
bit.
probably should be real. And so before I even had a chance to be real with her, like, cause I mean, I was still like,
She peep.
I was trying to be like, you know what I mean? Like, how, you know what I mean? Am I fly enough to overcome that? Maybe she'd be like, maybe she might like make an exception for your boy, something. My mommy was like, nope, no exceptions, bitch. Like, I'm on this type of time. Darwin, what are you doing here?
It's challenge day.
It is Challenge Day, Season 5, Episode 2. All right. I don't know where that came from. But
What are you
anyways,
doing? It's his
I was
first day.
thinking about
Sorry, folks.
I was
His first
thinking
day.
I had like a weird kind of flashback to like Kevin Hart doing that and thinking about Matthew McConaughey. I don't know what that was.
At the same time.
At the same time, yeah. So it is what it is. But welcome back, y'all. We got another hot one in the oven for y'all. Got a lot to cover. We're gonna get through it.
Freshly baked.
Yeah, freshly baked. We got a
Got
lot of
that.
things
Got that challenge day Krispy Kreme sign up.
yeah, you feel me? So quite a few things on the docket. There's some things that's been going on. So, it's time for us to give our take on it. So Jeff not Jeffrey, that's Darwin Darko, and this is challenge day. But our social handle is at another challenge day. So you can go to that every, place you like to frequent as far as social media goes. That is at another challenge day. We're on Facebook too. I mean, all the different platforms and stuff. So and the Patreon, it's coming.
On the way.
It's on the way.
Well, Elijah.
Yeah, não best went last So, let's get to it, man. First things first. Mass count, bro. What you got on the mass count?
We're up to 404, and no, it's not an error.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh my god! I already saw the plane landings before you even took off.
You see what I did there? Can I get like a drum roll? I'm see. That's why we need that soundboard, man. That
Yeah,
Patreon,
I guess the soundboard.
So yes, that Patreon. But yeah, man, we're at 404. We left off at 385 last time. There was a lot of
It was 385 or 389. I thought it was
385, 389. One of those.
Yeah, around those. It's fine. It's not
we just round up,
Yeah.
We are at 404 now, and it was a lot of activity on the 21st. The big one out of Birmingham, over in Atlanta. For this one, we got 4 people killed, 17 wounded, and looks like the perps are still on the loose. And I say perps because I saw the news report on this one. Yeah, and it's weird. You have these mass shootings sometimes that don't even make the news. You know what I mean?
That's a problem in itself. That's crazy.
But this one made the news, and they said there was multiple people shooting. Turns out it was like a targeted joint. They're determining that there was somebody they were trying to shoot.
Oh, so it was
somebody. Matter of fact, they said that there was a hit. I don't know how they know all this already. They said there was a hit that was put out on somebody.
Word on the street.
And they're describing how like this was done for money. And that's what it is. When they say put a hit on them, they really they knew it was like a money hit.
Yeah.
And they go collect the funds. I don't know how they know that already. But this happened in the party district down in this is congressional district. I think is it 7? I think it's Congressional District 7,
Mm.
but they it was in the party district. In this district is actually represented by Terry Sewell. It's the one black district in Alabama.
Of course, man.
Dude, but I
Wow.
mean, but also, but wait a minute, like, why do you only have one black district? Well, what? It's not that
Is
it's a
it
black district.
is it a surprise?
It's a Democratic district. It's the one Democratic district in Alabama,
It's
and
Alabama.
the freaking it is Alabama. That's true too. They're gonna freaking put these Negroes in the open air prison as a freaking county kind of thing.
You feel me?
Um, but yeah, Terry Sewell is the representative there. Um, and so that redistricting happened in 1990. There is something in the course that's going on right now to because they know this was very jerry rigged the way it is to just have that
Uh-huh.
community boxed in like that. That there
Mm-hmm.
may be a chance for a second congressional district where you spread out some of the people that are in this district and engulf
Mm.
some of the other surrounding ones to create two districts that are not. It's not that what you want to do is you want to keep communities that are similar to each other like together, right?
Okay.
But it depends on how many parameters you sit on that bit to make it like bigger or smaller and like
Mm.
more whatever, however that shape is.
But it's pretty. But
But
it's pretty obvious that the redlining.
it's
It's like
obvious
it's really
redlining in
it's
this
obvious.
case.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, they so
Mm.
that's still gonna be. I mean, this is and it's very much a democratic count.
It's
It's
crazy how
D
they got
plus
away with
14.
that.
It's D plus
Okay.
14. So like
Okay.
they don't care. They freaking put everybody in that district in one little pin,
Mm-hmm.
and they can run the rest of the state. It don't matter for them. They could have you can win that county all you want. Run the Democratic county all you want.
Mm.
Now I'll say that it's Birmingham in Alabama, which is already the bigger city
Yeah, Birmingham's a
in
big city.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have a higher population. The places that you have the most population tend to have more mass
Of
shootings.
course.
What's
Yeah.
weird for me for this one is like, why is it they don't usually report mass shootings as like these gang type violence type joints. I don't know if it's gangs, but like you put a hit on somebody, the mass shootings, I don't think they be doing that. They use that in a different count.
Mm.
I don't think they include like gang violence, for example, like when Chicago has all these shootings, you know what I mean? Like you don't always see
Yeah.
Chicago here for mass shootings.
But because the mass shootings have to have it has to meet certain parameters to be
But I know
defined
those
as a mass
parameters in
shooting,
terms of the
right?
amount of people dead or injured.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I thought they also separated like
Like gang violence
like
from
gang
mass
violence
shooting.
from that count. It's not considered a
Okay.
mass shooting like somebody who's
It's
shooting
not
up
a
a
metric.
Columbine or something.
Oh,
Or
I see
somebody
what you're
shooting up a
saying.
movie theater.
And the fact that they're calling this a mass shooting, even though this is
Yeah.
targeted. Okay, I see what you're
Even
saying
that,
there.
even
Okay.
that, though there was like mass shooting that could be at a nightclub. There was a
Mm.
night shooting that was at a gay nightclub, and somebody was like anti-LGBTQ, and they shot up the nightclub. This was in
Yeah,
Orlando, I think.
that would be more defined as a mass
That's a
shooting
mass
kind of thing.
shooting.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
so. Even though this is in the party district slash nightclub type of setting, the the perpetrator and the reason for the shooting was,
It's a gang hit.
but then
From
you
what it
spraying
sounded
up
like.
innocent, all kinds of innocent people, and that's involved in that. So that's that. I mean,
Okay, so
to
I
get the
guess
person that you had a hit on. So if you had if they did if it was a clean hit, it wouldn't
that
be
means he's
counted here.
yeah, that means he's if it was a clean hit, I mean this wouldn't
Even
probably
if there
even
was
made the
four
news.
people that you were like
Yeah.
intended to be a clean hit on, I don't
Mm.
think it would be counted here because that was not a mass shooting. Like, no, I'm targeting
No,
these four
no,
people.
it would have been
That's
yeah.
targeted violence.
And that's what it would have been defined as like this. It's a targeted hit because these four people are the people that got hit,
Right.
nobody else. Yeah.
But these fools got all these other people. I think the person that they were targeting was killed. So shouts out to you. But what was the other 100 bullets about?
Casualties of war, I guess, which is shout out to BB Netanyahu. Let's move on because I don't want you to go off on a
Casualties.
tangent.
Just okay. I'm
Just to
I'm not.
get
I'm gonna get off. We're gonna move on and go to and does our run get to our rundown, our throwback. So this, of course, where we catch up on some old stories that we might have been covering, or just some quick hits on some current things that we don't have all the time in the world to discuss. But
Mhm.
the first up is this dude Trump. You might have heard about this by now. So this dude Trump was at the NABJ. So this is the National Association for Black
This
Journalists.
whole thing is funny to me. Go ahead.
They always invite both candidates
Yeah.
to these events, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they
To
do.
do interviews. It's kind of like you get to have the journalist interview, from the different perspectives. Because there's some like black conservative journalists, there's like more middle of the road journalists, and there's like the independent black journalists, all that, and they'll be on the panel to some of them be on TV, some of them are just for print, that do the interview. And Trump was at this joint, and he was asked that why should black voters trust him when he's doing things like he had Nick Fuentes, I think, who's like an avowed white supremacist. He had him for dinner over in Mar-a-Lago. And then he also at the during this thing, when they asked him about that, he start talking about Kamala's race. Is she black? Is she Indian? Like he's never heard of a biracial person, apparently. What is this? Right? She's Indian and black. So I don't know. Like, he was having trouble with that. And then he had the whole thing he was talking about. She's trying to denigrate immigrants, and he's saying how he's trying, and in this one he's trying to pit the black community specifically against our Latino brothers and sisters. And he's like,
I noticed that
they're crossing the border to come and take black jobs. So this was going crazy on the internet. What the black jobs?
The black jobs, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen that. I'm like, what's a black job? You saw that?
Yeah.
Well, like, but what do you think? What do you think he was thinking when he was identifying black jobs? Like, what job was he thinking?
What do you think? What do you think he's
thinking about? I'm asking you. What do you think?
It's obvious. What do you think? It's obvious. Picking cotton, picking watermelons, doing the kind of labor that was fairly common in the 1930s and the 1940s that black people were doing. Anything that requires
shoe shining.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, another one, shoe shining. Dancing and being a gesture in the streets for money and change. Like,
but immigrants ain't doing that. Immigrants ain't taking job. Niggas is still in the on the New York subway freaking dancing all over the goddamn.
They all dancing in New York.
That is a black job, technically.
They definitely getting busy on the New York subway. That's true.
I don't think immigrants taking that job, bro. That'd be a little dangerous, dog. That's right.
No, but I mean, it's fairly obvious what he's talking about. Like,
okay, so it's another way of him envisioning like a lower kind of status of black people.
Yeah.
And so the question is, Joe, like, why black people should trust you? Like, you.
Yeah, he's not thinking about like the same black people who are actually questioning you. You're looking at people who are black,
who are at work,
that are at work, who are extremely successful,
asking you questions
at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, renowned journalists
black
who are at
jobs. What are you trying to say, bro?
Like, black owners of massive. Come on, man. Like, so it's the way that he's mentioned, the way that he's talking about it, it's obvious that it's a lower tier type of position.
That's what he was saying.
It's created for black folks.
But these niggas is out here, they love them some Trump. So, okay, moving on.
Because of the policies that conservatives like to push, I think that's why. But
policies be preached about, policies never really enacted like that affect. Anyways, I'm gonna get off that soapbox. We gonna get around to it. But they were questioning at the time also, or the folks were, people online and everything, like, yo, Kamala was invited to this thing too. Why didn't she come? Turns out she had like a conflict at the time, right? But she eventually accepted it, and she did her appearance. And so this was recently, and one of the things they pointed out to her was that
go ahead.
Was like, black men are kind of sliding away to the Trump side. What's going on with that? What's going on with your numbers for that? And she responded like, that, hey, we're gonna try to make the case for why we're better for the black community. They generally always follow it up with saying we're better for all communities, right? She never really like, and Obama was still had to do that kind of dance too, you know what I mean? When you kind of have to like, like, you realize you peeped the game, she's talking about you, and then she'll run out a bunch of statistics that specifically, show the improvement for black folks. But she still
not really answer the question directly though.
Right. Right. There's that.
What politician does? That's the question. But anyways,
So that's not hold her to any different standard than
mm.
we would anybody else. But
Oh yeah,
she's like,
that's the same standard for everybody.
but she spoke to that too, and just like, the black men or anybody in the black community, we have to earn their vote. So she's like, she don't vote for me.
And I respect that.
She hasn't really leaned into, other people have, but for herself, I would say that from all these interviews that I see of her, she doesn't really emphasize that, hey, I'm black, I'm Indian, I'm, what I mean, vote for me because I'm this is, and she sort of like plays that down and lets other people talk about that stuff and bring it up. Even when they ask her directly about it, she tries to pivot and she'll say like, oh, there's no place else in the world that a story of a person like me could be where I'm at today.
Well, yeah, because she wants to show her worth.
Exactly.
She wants to show her worth and qualification through other means. I understand that. I mean,
yeah,
because that would almost be too easy, and that would also give the opposition fuel to be like, see, because she's this and that, that's why she has the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So like, it makes sense that she would. But like, a lot
of some of these black men have that particular gripe that they think that the other black people that are supporting her are only doing it because she's black. That's such an insult.
So but see, this is the but see and I actually I agree with that. I do think that's unfair to her, right? But it's one of those things where it's like one example too many. Like it's because there is a sect of black folks who are just voting for her because she is a black woman. It's like because there's
people that's voting for Trump just because he's a white guy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Because she's a black woman.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Against her.
So that's why I'm bringing that up because that's why I'm saying like that's how superficial that is, right? Because it's like, okay, so you really don't care about anything else that's happening. It's really just
there's that, but I don't like for it to be centered as far as in conversations generally, to be in like terms of in intellectual conversations.
In intellectual conversations, correct.
When they are criticizing people that do that, it's such a small population of people that do that.
Yeah,
like you're totally just like not addressing the policy. You're not addressing the qualifications of this woman when you do that. You're just like you're built. It's a straw man. It's a straw man. What it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Build up this like the weakest argument that you have and beat that argument up and make it seem like that was our argument.
The crux of the whole argument. Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. So
yeah.
But besides that, I'm like flies. You know what I mean? With this, like, I know why I'm voting for. I'm not telling nobody who to vote for. I present, the facts as I read them, and I try to quote people the way that from what they said. So that's on you to vote for who you want to vote for. Do your research. But I actually have something on that. We're gonna put a pin in doing your research in a second. But moving on. Man, I told y'all before Boeing. Before y'all took off.
They just keep blowing it.
Before y'all took off from Earth, I was like, it's a Boeing capsule that y'all going on. Jeff, remember I said this?
Bro, I don't know what's going on with Boeing, bro.
I said you gonna go into space I was like, oh no.
I feel like we're seeing like a company just collapse, bro. Like this is bad.
Before our very eyes, son.
Because they've been cutting corners for so long. Now it's all catching up to them now.
It's all catching up to all the rest of us. We're the ones like and these astronauts here who are behind, who are left behind at the International Space Station after the Boeing Starliner had some issues. What was it? It was some helium leak or something like that they had going on. Was the reason for being left behind? NASA determined that the Starliner capsule was too risky to return with problems with the thrusters and the helium leak. I think the thrusters would have been the thing to like
to propel it back,
help to push off to help to push off, first of all, the space station that is connected to the ISS.
Yeah, it needs to,
and to get away from it, and then like of course you don't want to have a helium leak on your way back through the freaking stratosphere.
You know what I'm saying? Blown up. Yeah, that's not
something like that. So can't have that. So it turns out they did it. They just did it remotely, without the human cargo.
Okay.
That joint landed without a hitch. It landed without a hitch. It was perfect. It came back to Earth. So now they're like, you're thinking like, I could have been like, damn man, I could have been on that ride.
Been on that joint. Yeah. That's crazy, right?
But it was good. That's
wild.
But you know, it would have had people on it. That's when it would have blew up. Just for some random
it's one
universe.
of those things. It's one of those things. Yeah. Weird
NASA
butterfly effect where it's like because of these because these two humans.
Yep. NASA was like, not today, Boeing. Not today, Boeing.
because these two humans are on there. If it was two other humans, it would have made it. But because these two humans would have made it,
or no humans, it made it.
Or no humans made it. Yeah.
But it's just some reason, you know. But you know what? NASA did the math on that. They did the math on that. That's what that math is about. You do the math on the probability and the risk factors, and just like with any project, you have projects that you work on.
Yeah.
There's a certain risk tolerance that you have.
Absolutely.
And if it goes beyond that risk tolerance, it's a no-go.
Yeah, you're not even,
It's a no-go. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're willing to risk. There's some things that are you willing to risk. You will allow the risk, or you find ways to mitigate for that risk.
Yeah.
But if you can't mitigate for that bit, bro, it's a no-go. And so anyways, it landed perfectly fine, but they're still stuck up there. So the thing is like, okay, so they're still stuck up there, and they're going to use actually a SpaceX capsule to come back, right? But that's going to be in 2025 that they get to come back. So now you was going for 6 days. You was going for a week. And now you freaking stuck there until freaking, what was it? Like now you stuck there for like 6 months. For a year. No, it's not a year. They're going back in February.
Oh, okay.
They come back in February.
Okay.
But part of the, by the way, the astronauts' names are Sunita Suni Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore. So her nickname is Sunny, and his nickname is Butch. Sunny and Butch, is that like a band from like the 80s?
A little bit.
Sunny and Butch, right?
A little bit.
So they were scheduled for 8 days, and so now they're going to be stuck up there for 8 months. She actually ended up taking over the command from the Russian cosmonaut. I couldn't find out why they gave her command. Like maybe she might have been the most senior engineer that's up there now. You know what I mean? She wasn't planning on being up there, but now that she's there, maybe she, they automatically. So I saw the ceremony, where he like passed on the command to her. It's one of the only places in this universe where Russians and Americans get to, work well together.
Oh yeah, ISS, in ISS, right? Yeah.
But bro, 30,000 Boeing machinists walked off the job on September 13th. They're on strike. The machinists are on strike.
The machinists are on strikes. The guys who build the machines.
The guys who build the joint, they're on strike now. Like
that's crazy, bro.
The Boeing even have. I hope they're not the same ones that fix stuff. I hope the people that fix stuff they don't strike because, like, bro, you ain't never gonna get your joints back. If the repairmen too, I hope they're not on strike too, bro. Boeing, dog, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, man. You need to lose the brand. Yeah. You gotta lose that brand, bro. You just gotta retool the whole goddamn company, yo. That's wild. So the astronaut said that it was difficult to deal with being left behind, but they are keeping in good spirits. They are now full-fledged station crew members. You gotta integrate them, performing routine maintenance and experiments. And like I said, Sunny. I believe they pronounce it Sunny as her nickname. Her full name is Sunita, but Sunny is her nickname there. So they're stuck there. All right, moving right along. We covered this before, the early stages of this, and we're here. It's come to a head that the DOJ has indicted they've indicted your boy Diddy, right? They're not even giving your boy.
You look so disappointed, bro.
They're not even giving him, bro. One of the albums that I love.
He get hit with a Rico. Yeah.
He get hit with a Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he don't even y'all boy said he was gonna put a 50 mil.
It don't matter at this point.
And they're like, nah, kid, we don't even trust you like that. Bro, this is income and everything. Like,
bro, this is a Rico. This is the feds. Like, bro, ain't none of that flying. Like, all that's
he's
dead.
Like facing racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
Bro, he's facing 15 years to life, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's the top guy. He's a billionaire. Yeah. There's nobody above him really in like whatever freaking scheme he had going on. So it's like he can't flip on nobody. He's gonna flip on somebody lesser.
You know what's crazy? Yeah. So you know what's crazy?
But that
about
don't get you. That don't get time off for lesser. They're gonna freaking
it don't, because because like you mentioned, he's the top dog. He's the big fish.
yeah.
So it's like the only
By
I think
by
the
this time,
only way that it'd be possible for him to, like, unless he has some kind of knowledge of like some other nefarious thing that's going on, but
maybe somebody in the
it has to be,
politics realm or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
it has to be something, yeah, it has to be
and he
something like
gives up
that.
like a whole freaking senator, gives up a whole
Yeah, a
governor or something
whole
like that.
nother network or something like that could lead to like another
Maybe,
Rico or something, maybe. But yeah, they
but
even I
like,
heard, but I heard
but
this.
even then, his time won't be cut off by that much.
Yeah,
He's
probably
still
won't be.
gonna do. He would
It
still
probably
do
won't
like
be.
15, 20.
Yeah,
He may not do life, but he might do 15.
but you know
I
what I'm
think some
thinking though?
places, maybe New York, I'm not sure if they consider life to be 25 years.
Yeah, I mean New York is vicious. They yes.
Yeah.
but I heard through from a little birdie that they looking for Jay-Z too. I was like,
Um,
what?
I don't know. There's okay,
I don't know how true it is. I'm just
so
saying. I
okay,
just heard it. I just heard people
reckless
talking about that.
speculation
I was
here.
like,
We're gonna say
uh,
that from here on out, from here for the next
yeah,
like four or
that's
five minutes,
speculation. That's just
we all
speculation.
go
But I
just
have heard that.
speculating. But
Yeah.
um, Usher is another name that I've heard banted about.
I've heard that too.
Um, so there's folks that rock with Diddy all the time because you like, but they just like was friends or they industry friends,
Yeah, yeah.
or they really rock with him. So like, who knows the types of things that they've seen, you know? So it could just be like guilt by association, or were they
Yeah.
actually present when stuff was going down?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, but the most salacious thing I think that's come out of this is everybody talking about the what was it, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
Yeah, bro. I've seen like so many videos on IG of people making fun of it. I'm like, bro, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, bro. Like, how do you explain that away?
Hold
Like,
on. So what is it's
and
baby oil though?
they had pictures of it,
No,
like
but it's
little
baby
pictures.
oil though, right? It's not like
It's bruh, Johnson and
because I
Johnson,
heard some
man.
people saying it's 1,000 bottle of lube. It's it. I
No,
thought it's baby oil.
it's baby oil. It's baby oil.
That boy like it's shiny.
You wildin' right now, bro. You wildin' right now, bro.
Hey,
No,
you know what?
no Diddy did.
I
No
put
Diddy did.
I put
Yo.
baby oil. I put baby oil. I look. I do. I mix in baby oil in my lotion, like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my bottle, and
That's
so
gonna yeah. A
and
lot
I
of people
shake
do
it up,
that.
right?
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Yeah.
No, did he? Maybe the niggas into
Cause
skincare.
cause
I don't know his skincare routine.
Bruh, most people know, like growing up, like
How big was the
lotion.
bottles though? How big was the bottles?
It was you couldn't really. It was kind of
Was it
hard
like
to see.
travel
Like
size?
in the pictures, it was kind of hard to see. They looked like they were like regular sized bottles, like in the pictures that I saw. But I couldn't really. If
Okay,
I
it's
couldn't
not
really
a
see
funny
though.
thing because he hurt a lot of people. He hurt a lot of people. You know what I
You
mean?
did. You did. It's a
Um,
weird
and he
situation.
put people in a lot of uncomfortable positions. He put a
Oh,
lot of people
absolutely.
in really vulnerable positions.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
You know.
you know, hopefully, you know, he gets the justice he deserves. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And he has a fair trial, and we gonna see. We gonna see. Moving right along, the DOJ, another DOJ indictment of Tenant Media. So they are being accused of, you know, circulating Russian propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of right wing influencers were duped to work for Russian covert ops,
Mm-hmm.
not asking questions. They getting these big checks. They getting all these followers. One over the six main influencers. They get 7 million subscribers, and with 7 million followers on X. You know, the indictment shows that some of the influencers were paid quite handsomely, some $400,000 a month.
400,000 a
There was
month,
some that was
bro.
getting paid something like 10K per
Per
video,
video. Yeah.
and you could just put out like no, I think it was like 100K per video, and you had to put out at least
Yeah.
four.
It's 100K. 100K. Yeah, it's
That's
100. It was 100K per video. You had to put out a video at least once a month. That's what it was. 100K, bro.
bro,
100.
and you gonna put up more.
Of course. Of
You gonna
course.
put up more, so that
Of course.
bro, and so oh man, they get all these followers, dog, and it's all freaking astroturf, dog.
Bro, I
It's
need
all
that.
freaking
I need
astroturf.
I need that bread, bro.
Russia, if you're listening.
Hey, yo, I need
This podcast is purely satire.
yeah,
I
it is.
don't need my next background check to be included in this
For real.
video. It's all satire, yo. It's relax. Relax. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving along, we have a case here of that I'm gonna use to pivot into this just a PSA. The Fearless Fund drops grant program for Black women business owners in a lawsuit settlement. The Fearless Fund was raising, it was something like $20,000 for Black women owned businesses. I
Mhm.
think was it Slutty Vegan? Might have been one of the places that
Mhm.
got some money from them. I'm not sure. I can't remember. You got to check me on that one. But so it's a venture capital firm, and it was exclusively trying to promote and trying to help fund Black women businesses because they're grossly underfunded. They're
Sure.
grossly like don't get like approved for loans, for business loans and things of that nature. So
Mhm.
they saw a hole in the market and filled it and wanted to fill it through a philanthropical avenue. But
Yes.
that it didn't they got sued by a conservative right wing, what I mean, right wing organization
Mhm.
talking about you it's discriminatory. It's on the basis of race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, technically it was, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there was a chance of this thing going up to the Supreme Court. And if you do that, then it's definitely going to be precedence for the nation.
Yeah.
So a lot of other programs that maybe like upward bound, I think was
Upward
like,
bound. Yep.
what I mean, could be at risk, something like that. Even
Mhm.
all kinds of other like programs that really target the Black community, or
Yeah.
even if it's a Hispanic community grant or scholarship program, or in this case a philanthropical thing that you're trying to do.
Or even
Any
or even like programs that target like at risk youth.
Yeah.
That
You,
like if you're, for example, because I know like when I was in high school, I qualified for like this grant because of like being first gen Haitian American and all that.
mhm.
So it could affect even programs like that. That was
Yep.
one of the reasons why I was able to have like a full ride to University of Florida. I mean, I had scholarships, but like I still had like some money that I would have been responsible for, and then boom, I got
Yeah.
an email about a grant that I qualified for, and I
Thank
was
you.
good.
Like I'll take it,
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So pops didn't have to pay anything, right? So, but yeah, so it could affect even things like that. So you're right.
So
It's concerning.
why I brought this up to say about like doing your research is that I saw a post that I forgot her name. So I saw a post about this, and the post was acting like they won the settlement. They won the case. I'm like,
Yeah, I was listening to. I saw a video of a lawyer, which I put a link there. I'm not sure if you were able to see it, but he had a whole segment talking about like, yeah, the case that they won apparently was a good thing or something like that. I wasn't really.
bro, that's spinning it. You're spinning it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
I was like, I
Bro,
don't
the
really
Fearless
agree,
Fund no
bro.
longer exists.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
what
not a
they
thing.
how they try to like bend it and be like, we are pivoting to this other thing and doing this. This is great because like we don't get to set precedents. We don't want that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good thing, but like but then why say the Fearless Fund? Why don't it's still a bad thing. You wanted to win that lawsuit.
Yeah, you did.
You should have won that lawsuit. And if
You
you
did.
would have won it, you would have been like, yo, we won this joint, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
like, but you lost it, you had to settle, you had to shut down the Fearless Fund and pivot the money into this other thing that has like the broader category. Now you're sounding like the way Kamala Harris would form a sentence. She ain't saying black, but she's saying black. If you read
Mm-hmm.
between the lines, kind of thing. For your news, go to credible sources, verified,
Yes.
peer-reviewed sources that have to adhere to journalistic integrity
Mm-hmm.
and ethics and principles,
Mm-hmm.
right? By a credible organization. NABJ maybe can give you a list of some of those, right? Go
Mm-hmm.
to NABJ, you can probably get a list of those. Now, when you get that news, then if you want, you you see like, oh, this is some using some words and terms and things that I might not be completely used to or familiar with. I need somebody who's professional in the industry that they're talking about or whatever they're talking about to make sense for me. That's when you go to your analysis,
Yeah.
right? So there's news and then there's
Gotcha.
analysis. PSA, hopefully you can do better research. Refer to remember to step one. That's right. So speaking of uh you know the tensions between different communities, uh it was happening with the in Springfield. we have the community here that's familiar, the police and black people,
Yes.
specifically black men. Tyreek
Mhm.
Hill was pulled over going to his Dolphins game,
Yep.
and shit just went
Right.
downhill from there.
Yeah, literally, he was literally up the street from the stadium.
You could see
Literally,
the stadium in the background.
like, yeah, literally up the street. To the point where
Uh,
his teammates came in, was like, "Yo, like,
was
what's
right there.
going
They
on?"
was driving up to get to the
Yeah,
entrance,
yeah,
and they hemmed him up. They
yes,
they they got him out the car.
mm-hmm.
They freaking they pulled him out the car,
Yeah,
put him on his back, put him on his stomach, put in his hand behind his back. That whole mess, right? They really
mm-hmm.
roughed him up.
Yeah,
And granted, Tyreek Hill's response to them when they pulled him over, he put up he they was knocking on his window, him pull his window down, and he was like, give him his license, then put his window back up. You can't do that. So hey, if you're listening out there,
yeah,
you're driving, black
mm-hmm.
man, black boy, just put your I have the general practice of putting all my windows down if I
Mm-hmm.
get pulled over by a cop. I don't want no excuses. Y'all be like, oh, you couldn't see what was happening on the back seat. All my
Mm-hmm.
windows is down before you even walked up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My wallet is already on the dash.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's already in the dash, and I'm chilling. I'm composed, and I'm waiting for instructions and following instructions as I can.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let them violate me. Can I search this thing and whatever, whatnot? No.
yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You don't have no problem with cop. No.
Yeah,
But to pull up your window, to hand them your license, and then to put up your window in your complete dark tint
yeah,
window,
mm-hmm.
like they have the excuse, and they be looking for any excuse that they want to be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I could have seen what was happening in the car. You could have had a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
very true.
I wouldn't recommend doing that. With that said,
Yeah.
though, that cop did had to escalate that bit to 12 that fast, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, he was
Like,
doing a bit much.
all right, I don't want to be knocking on your window like that, but
Yeah.
can you put down your window?
Mm-hmm.
We need to be able to see in the car. We will do this with everybody, not
Yeah.
just you. And just be a fucking human being for a second. You got the guy for speeding.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't get the guy because you had a APB out on him, on that vehicle tag or nothing like that. You're in front of the stadium. There's like 100,000 people. Not
There are people
100,000, but
literally
there's
walking. There are
tens
people
of thousands of
literally
people.
walking into tailgating. They're walking into the game.
You're just pulling somebody over, bro, just for a
yeah.
speeding to like.
Yeah.
This isn't like an active crime scene. No, you know what I mean? Relax, my guy.
Yeah.
But whatever. So Tyreek Hill's like, yo, they gotta be fired. This dude gotta be fired. He's gotta go. He expressed this belief over the incident, remarking, it's really crazy to know that you have officers in this world that would even with the body camera on, that they would do this. But, well, yeah, I ain't want to listen to Colin Kaepernick when he was quietly taking a knee.
Nobody want to listen to Colin Kaepernick, but now
Don't nobody wants to him.
but now folks are like, okay.
Other than that same team, sticking with the Dolphins real quick. Tua damn near died on the field again. Tua Tagovailoa damn near died on the field again. We're gonna see this guy die on the field.
Bro, well, I'm not gonna be as grim. I'm not gonna be as grim as Darwin to say that, but I will say the fact that the way he got tackled was just like a little kind of
routine,
like a routine, like regular kind
of.
Like
Damar Hamlin too. Yeah, the guy who did die on the field.
Yeah,
last year.
Crazy work. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't a crazy tackle or nothing like that, but just like a simple routine tackle. Yeah. And for your body to react like that, there's a problem. There's a problem, bro. That's a real
and
issue,
concussions get progressively worse.
They get worse, absolutely.
The more you have.
They get worse, yes.
He should never touch the field again, in my opinion. I've been said that. He shouldn't have been. He should no longer be in the Dolphins. I've been said that.
We said that last season too. I mean, we said we've been saying that, but even Tua, even now, he's still like, I mean,
still thinking of doing it. Still coming on back.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
So
he's like,
they got him on injured reserve. He's going, which is at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, he's on IR. Yeah.
Don't come back, dude. Don't come back. A team that already has a story like Junior Seau in their books from his CT.
Yeah.
Self-deletion.
Yeah.
You're gonna have another person like, you can be like, yo, the Dolphins organization don't really care about their people.
That's a fact, bro. That's definitely that could easily be a narrative for the Miami Dolphins if this.
Yeah.
This
so careful with that one.
So yeah.
The other quick thing, and I'll pass it on to you, that I was catching up on was the Paralympics was still going on because it was the Paralympics. And a lot of folks might have. I heard it got a pretty good viewership. I heard it got still got pretty good. I was watching clips going around for a bunch of different events going on.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wasn't too tapped in, but I did notice some things here and there. And And again, even with the Paralympics, it's their specific events that I'm personally interested. I only watch, which is typically like the basketball, track and field events,
That
those
tennis,
type of
that
things.
tennis
And
Paralympics be
tennis,
lit.
that tennis might be
That tennis be
but
lit though.
I think the biggest story about the Paralympics, which is first of all, it is a feat in itself to be able to compete in a competition like this, handicap, right? Like these people are
All kinds of different shortcomings.
all kind of different shortcomings. These people are amazing. Like they are amazing people. Like
Figuring out how to
like
make the world work that wasn't built for you.
that was, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like watch it. It's
You're in
actually
the
amazing.
pool, Jeff. A whole swimming.
Whole pool, bro.
That dude became a submarine.
Bro, they got sprinters who are running with other sprinters, right? Because they can't see, but they're running. I have to trust in this guy that's running with me. Like
and I have to trust the symbiotic nature of like knowing how your movements are. And I can't see.
Bro, like,
I'm sprinting 100 meters.
Yeah,
dog, it would be so much casualties, dog. Bro. If the nigga inexperienced, dog, just to get 100 meters going full speed, dog.
Going full speed, like they going full speed.
That look like it could be a disaster. I fell on the track before. I hit a hurdle and fell on track before, bro. Like,
oh, that joint hurt.
You know, yeah, even I was a finish line.
Bro,
at the finish line, if you trip up at the finish line or something.
Oh yeah, that joint hurt, bro.
Eating some track.
Oh man, and and I was like a sprinter. Like I only ran a 1 and a 2, so like, bro, you fall, you booking it like I'm sliding. You know what I'm saying? And like if it's one false step, bro, you are going down, and that's it is not for the faint. And I've seen, of course, many.
No, how about those 2-milers or milers?
Oh
when
yeah,
they be running on the track. They be running on the track, right? And they be under this group. Mm-hmm. One person go down, dog. They go.
It's a train wreck. It's a whole train wreck.
Yeah. And you got these dudes is blind, dog. You got to be just like that's.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see it because it's like these people are not only competing at a high level because they are professionals. This is the Olympics. This is world. These are world championships, right? So championship events, or world events in general, right? But they're showing you that like these shortcomings are not going to put a limit on what I want to experience in my life, right? Like it's and I think that's another reason why the turnout was so big, because I think more people are starting to just be more interested in like showing that level of support. You know what I'm saying? For like folks who really want to compete at that level. And it's just amazing to see, man. But and it also, you know what it also gives me specifically is perspective. It's like, dang, they're like, I need to be doing more with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like, man, like it's like you.
Shorty was doing the bow and arrow with her teeth and her feet.
Her teeth, bro.
Her teeth and her feet,
bro.
No arms, man.
Listen,
when bullseyes,
bro. Dotting them joints. Dotting them, bro. Bro. That's why I'm like,
I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. That's all me.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, step my game up,
bro. That's what people really. I think that's what people who really take these things seriously, like, and really like kind of enjoy this experience. That's what they take.
This dude got no arms and no legs, dog. Damn near one in the swimming pool.
That just tells me
we got niggas out here can't swim, dog.
That's crazy.
Can't swim,
bro.
It saved their life.
It just tells me, bro, like people will find a way. Like they will find a way, bro. Like you don't want. No one wants to be useless. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's something that a lot of like folks who have those.
It's not about useless because like, you want to have a purpose.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing, but using a different word. Like you want to have a purpose, right? But you want to be able to like at least be able to pursue that purpose in some shape or form, right? So like you want to be useful. Like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you want to have a desire, a motivation to live. So like, and sometimes these sports, man, give these
shout out to sports.
Man, yeah.
Shout out to sports. Man. And it's not just them, because even like fully, what you call able-bodied people, a lot of them too would tell you the stories about how they would be lost to depression or the streets or poverty.
Absolutely.
Or
that's a good point. Absolutely.
If they didn't have sports.
Yeah, they would have no direction in life.
Shout out to sports. Like I know I badmouth sports often because it doesn't really provide an intrinsic value to society. It's not like a doctor that's healing a wound or a teacher that's raising your child to be the future of the society, that's turning him into a scientist or something like that. But sports does provide this other thing that speaks to this other piece of us. And then that thing whatever that competitiveness or that discipline, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
it manifested into actual events and basketball games
Mm-hmm.
and javelin throwing
Mm-hmm.
that turns out our society in our infinite wisdom made an economy out of it.
Yeah.
And there's places right now that they're playing cricket for no money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's places right now that are playing, and they're actually playing soccer for no money. Like women are playing basketball in the WNBA right now for a lot less money. You know what I mean? Well, for a lot
Well,
more money than they used to. They still hardly make anything,
yeah. I mean,
right?
there's a lot of reasons for that, but I see where
But
you're
I'm
getting
saying
at.
it's
I
all
see what you're getting at.
there's an
It's
economy being built for that, and
yeah,
sports can do that. Can actually
yeah,
build an economy for this thing that's really just entertainment. We see it as entertainment, at least the
yeah,
audience does.
and
But
that's
like these
and
people are,
that's an important point to make.
it's saving lives.
And that's what I was gonna say, right? Because
Not Tua's life. Not Tua's life.
that's crazy. That's crazy. that is
But
wild.
other people's life.
What I was going to say, what I was going to say on the opposite end of that spectrum, as far as like folks who are playing these sports and not getting anything for it, people are able to provide generationally, multi-generationally
Yep.
because of the sport,
Life
because
changing,
of a sport, of
generational
a game,
changing, family
putting a
changing,
putting a ball in a net,
net.
creating multi-generational financial safety nets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's I mean, it's, and I think a lot of it is because you were kind of alluding to this too. Like, there's a lot of things in sports that's transferable, transferable to real life. That's
Oh, for
transferable to real
sure.
life. So,
Yeah.
it's just it works, and of course, everyone is
The
watching. We're
discipline
saying,
alone.
yeah, oh man, listen, listen, focus, drive, this maturity,
Overcoming
adaptability.
adversity.
Oh yeah, overcome adversity. Like, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, it IQ,
Yep.
IQ, being able to think on your feet. You know what I'm
Problem
saying?
solving.
Problem solving. Yep, critical thinking and all that. So we're saying all this to say that, like, these folks are resilient, man. These Paralympic athletes,
Yeah.
they are resilient, and I'm saying this to say that you can do better.
Yeah.
You're capable. You can do better.
What up, fam?
Like,
It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I gotta give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, because I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe, so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too.
with the folks.
I'm going to harp on something that I feel like I've nibbled around the edges a little bit in the past. It kind of reminds me of when we talked about men going to brunch,
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's around kind of like the same kind of spirit of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
For I mean, the entire time that we've been a society, men have had a particular kind of role, a particular kind of descriptor, and it's been very, very much in a box. There's this author, his name's Mark Green, and he calls it the man box, right? Which is like, it's just such a narrow and like closed off way of what it is to be a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was very specifics. He had to be the breadwinner. He had to be mean. He had to be almost. He can't be emotional. Can't show any emotions. Not even towards like his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very kind of like an American centric kind of thing. What I'm put like this: it's expressed. What is the definition of a man? Is expressed differently in different societies. You have Italians, for example, that kiss each other on the cheek, right? Um, that's just normal for two men to be able to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or even in some some
You see that in Middle Eastern societies as
Middle Eastern
well.
societies, they'll hold hands. The two men will hold hands walking down the street, talking about the last match that they saw or something. And they'll always have their arm around each other, just like on the bus stop or something like that. And they're talking to each other. They always got to be like the physical contact and kind of thing. But like
the personal space is definitely not the
it's
not a
definitely
thing,
not the way we do it here.
Yeah.
And something like that happening here, a guy would be like, they'll feel uncomfortable. They'll be like, oh, that's too effeminate, kind of thing. And so they're like, that's not a man, right? It's so rigid. I feel like our definition of men is just so freaking rigid. There's this character from, dang man, I'm gonna have to look this joint up. I should have looked this up before. He was opposite of Ken because Ken was like the super macho. So Ken was the man in a box kind of thing. And I think that's what they specifically did with the character of Ken to like make it very much like apparent that they're saying this is the stereotypical what it is to be a man. He had abs, what I mean? He had the fancy house, and he had the no emotion kind of thing. And he's also like a woman killer, kind of what they call that thing, like pickup artist kind of vibe, right? But if you're not doing it all those things specifically in that order, you're not a real man. And it just, I want us to, and there's a movement already for this that's going on, like the Tim Wallses, you know what I mean? He's a guy, but he's not no, I'm an alpha bro kind of thing. But he's a man. He's still a man. He's kind. He's affable. He's not like domineering, kind of like the way like Trump wants to come across and personify, kind of like he's the man's alpha man kind of thing. I think we should take, so here's the challenge. I think men should take a page out of women's playbook on this one. Women are way more accepting of a wider berth of what womanhood looks like. Even with something like alopecia, right? A big part of the identity of what historically women define a woman is her having hair, right? So you get somebody like Jada Pinkett, who doesn't have hair, or even this. I mean, not that she's the first, but like, what you start cutting your hair, you get for whatever reason, you still have to be like, okay, well, this person is no lesser of a woman, and at a certain point, like we started accepting that, right? But the women were able to provide that wide berth first. There's men right now who still wouldn't date a woman that's let's say bald. They would never do it. She's kind of lesser. What'd you say?
So it's not my preference, but I never look at women that are bald to be lesser. That's weird.
They would kind of still look at them that they're lesser of a woman.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, we got to we do it with like if their hips aren't wide, they're lesser of a woman.
Yeah. There's some subconscious things that I'm aware that some.
If they don't wear a dress, they're less of a woman. If their voice is a little too deep, so you're talking about somebody like Toni Braxton is less of a woman. But to women, they took them all in shapes and sizes and so fold, and they promoted each other. They accept each other. They heap, at least online. I don't know if they do it in real life. At least online, women love women like of all shapes and sizes and stripes. It's what it looks like to me. I don't see a lot of women hating and not, allowing other women to accept the moniker of being women. And like they still look at like from Naomi Campbell to Rosie O'Donnell as a woman. You know what I mean? As women. But men, bro, we be like, it's such a narrow freaking route to be a man, bro. Like you can't take too many showers. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
You
I
can't.
kind of
You can't get a manicure.
yeah,
You can't go
yeah.
to brunch.
Yeah, I definitely take hygiene a lot more seriously than most men. But I was going to say I kind of disagree with you though on that point of like a narrow perspective. Like I know I see what position you're talking about. I understand your perspective. Actually, that's what I'm going to say. I understand your perspective on that. I mean, I think men are just simpler in general. Um, but I guess from my perspective and just my experiences, it's more so like just have these fundamentals, these fundamental pillars of what the general consensus is of what a man is, and then everything else is, I guess, up for
But
debate
okay,
or
so those
whatever.
general principles, though,
Like,
would you say? And I'm not going to ask you to specifically list them out
yeah,
because it may be amorphous in your head as you're thinking about it.
mhm.
But would it? I would venture to say those things, whatever it is that you're going to be, would be something that you would want in a human being, man or woman, probably in a human being.
Mm,
Well, I don't know. Maybe protecting is something that is in
yeah,
your head about it.
There's
A
gonna be
protector.
yeah, because just men are just anatomically and physically we're more capable to do certain things more than women can. That's just
I get it, but
it is what it is.
but like you
It's like
got
this. It's like a they're you have like two different beings that like for example like a bear can't do what a leopard can do as far as like agility and you know what I'm saying
bro, I'm
like
telling you this. You
this
have a
like
lot
you're
of
more
veterans right
suitable
now. You have a lot of veterans right now
mm-hmm,
that came back from Afghanistan and Iraq
mm-hmm.
with limbs and different pieces of their bodies freaking blown up and not working right
Oh
no
yeah,
more. And it's their
yeah
wives that
chance
is
yeah
that
that's taking care of them for sure. Yeah, there's a I mean chance happens to everybody, right? That's not out of the realm of things. I'm just saying that I think I guess the way that I look at it is just like you're
but what I'm saying is
people have people,
I'm not
go
trying to
ahead.
really I'm not trying to bend it completely out of distortion for to try to create some huge paradigm shift. But like even but I'm just saying that guy who's dependent on his wife for his protection,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
He's still a man. Is what I'm saying. It's okay
Yeah,
to still
sure,
see him as a man
sure.
and
That's
not
a
lesser
circumstance.
because he's dependent. But like, it don't have to be that this egregious thing for it to be like, oh, he lost an arm or he lost a foot. He's dependent on her that way.
Mm,
He could be fully functional,
mm.
and maybe something like whatever would traditionally be considered a man's role. Maybe she makes the most money.
Yeah,
Maybe she makes the most money, and
yeah.
what he does doesn't make as much money.
Mm-hmm,
And she's the provider now.
mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like now this guy's less of a man specifically because he doesn't make as much money, but he's like
Yeah,
providing
I think that's crazy. Yeah,
in all these other spaces. Maybe he's providing like emotionally. Maybe he's bro. Don't let a nigga be a stay-at-home dad. You know, none of these dudes gonna
oh
respect
yeah,
this
that
dude
ain't
as a
going.
man if he's
Yeah,
a stay-at-home dad.
that's true.
Even if she's bringing in 10 million before she met you,
True.
she was
Mm-hmm.
bringing in 10 million before she met you. You
Step.
happen to have the swag that she was looking for,
Yeah.
and y'all have kids. She stayed at home for like maybe 4 or 5 months
Mm-hmm,
to after the child was born, and like you would stay at home dad, and all that's
mm-hmm.
all you do is take care of the kid, and like now you, I mean, like
Yeah, people
that's
still
still a man.
people. I mean, if I'm being honest, people do be looking at Stedman kind of like side eye low key.
This is why we need, and this is the challenge.
But Stedman, you see, he ain't complaining. That boy been straight.
That boy living his life, and boy,
He
been straight,
that boy been straight. So.
and he don't feel, and I'm sure he don't feel like less of a
Oh yeah,
man.
I mean, at
People
this
may
point, come
talk
on, he's
about him
been
the way they want to, but he don't feel like
yeah.
less of a man.
I mean, he's been with
I
her for decades. I mean, he ain't
Yeah,
tripping.
sure.
Man. Okay.
Men, we need to do work on us. It's our us that need to expand our minds outside of this box. That's us. But
Mhm.
there's a percentage of women that really be forcing niggas into these gender roles. They really be forcing niggas into gender roles. So like,
It's true.
you want to date this, you want to meet this evolved man. You want to meet this guy who's like emotionally savvy, but at the same time can change a tire and all that stuff. But like, yeah, but you don't want to put the trash out every now and then or something like it's just like there's y'all really be trying to put a nigga in these like he has to be specifically this height, or you know what I mean, he has to specifically make this amount of money. And like and so like
And
it
that's why
don't help.
that's
It
why
don't help these dudes expand. They like
and that having trans, and that's what's been making the interactions even more transactional now. Like you're seeing that now. So so that does support your argument that it's you're forcing them into staying
Again,
in
it's
this
a small
particular
part.
lane.
I don't want
But
to
it's a
build a
small,
straw
yeah,
man.
exactly. It's a small sector
Men
that's
need to be
happening,
the
but
ones to like expand
Yeah.
their mind and be like,
there
yeah,
has to be more
there's
mature in
women
that
that
way
are
to see that
yes,
do better.
you need some emotional intelligence, and that's okay to have.
Yeah.
We need to be if a guy can be emotional, you have emotions. Everything
I
else,
agree. I agree with that. Emotional intelligence definitely needs to be
everything else is suppression. Is what you're doing.
increased. Yeah.
You know you feel some type of way when your homeboy stood you up. He was supposed to meet you at this one spot and he didn't, and you just like oh, you just chalk it up and be like, oh, whatever. But that's the third time he did that to you, didn't it? And now you mad, right?
I think most guys will say something about that though.
You mad? No, but what you do is you be mad, right? And you just go to anger
and be
because the small narrow box, rather
Okay.
than being disappointed or being felt abandoned, or maybe having some loneliness. You needed that companionship at the time with your homeboy. However, y'all was finna do that fellowship. Those things are valid. And just suppressing it all and just like covering up, papering it over with being like, oh, I'm just upset. That's all. That's all niggas do, to be upset because he you know what I mean. He told me he's gonna be somewhere. He didn't respect my time, feeling disrespected, and you chalk it up to all of that. And then there's all this other stuff that's happening under there that society is telling us don't explore.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. More men need to definitely address those type of things for sure.
And when you address those things, and you acknowledge those things, and you express those things, you shouldn't be looked at as lesser of a man because you're quote unquote emotional. Because you know how to express yourself, you know your worth, you know your value, you know what you're going through mentally and how this affects you emotionally, and you speaking on it. Oh, you're a woman now, you're effeminate now because you gave voice to those things. We need to expand that box, bro. That's what I'm on.
I need to be more intentional about maximizing my time. And what I'm getting at is you find yourself being so busy that you start to neglect certain things. You start to put things in boxes, like, and the one thing that I put in a box is sleep and rest.
Like I get to that box when I get to that box.
Yeah, I get to, and it's like but it's also just being more efficient. And mental exhaustion is a real thing. Like it's a legitimate thing. Like
when people be talking about they need a mental health break.
Yeah, like like literally, bro. Like it really is. It's a real thing. Like, and this is the challenge that I want to put out to everybody is, it's not a good thing to just be running on fumes. That shouldn't be something that running on fumes shouldn't be something that you should be celebrating. That's not a badge of honor.
That's that rise and grind culture.
That's not a thing you should aspire. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
like
sleep 4 hours a day.
Yeah. That is not something you should aspire to do. You should be maximizing your day. And when I say that, I mean like really separating your work from your actual life. And doing your best not to allow it to, that work-life balance, not allowing it to spill over, so that other areas of life aren't affected, right? Like I find myself thinking about like the things that I need to do, the projects that I need to complete regularly throughout the day on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like my mind is still kind of like in work mode sometimes, especially if it's a project that I didn't finish, or if it's a project that I've been frustrated about because of the resources that I need in order to get it done, and I'm not getting it because some guy is dropping the ball on something or he's away or whatever. So anyways, it's my challenge to everyone is to step out of that whole rising grind culture, that whole being proud of running on fumes type of feel of vibe. Oh, 16-hour days is regular. Oh, you're not working enough. I work 60, 70. Like I'm challenging everyone here. Yeah, I'm challenging everyone here to, and this is very simple. I'm challenging everyone here to work smarter, not harder. That's what the challenge is. Work smarter, not harder. Because that is essentially, and when I say that, I'm speaking to myself as well. That's essentially what I need to get better at is working smarter, not harder. Now,
one thing, and so I'm going to bring y'all behind the curtains here and say one thing that could help you be more, what it looks like you're saying, efficient, is keeping a calendar.
Yes. Calendars help. They do.
You might want to try that
Yeah.
sometime.
Calendars help. Because and of course we, Darwin and I, we also do a podcast, and we also do work behind the scenes about the podcast too. So that and a lot of those things are time consuming as well, right?
Yeah.
It's another job. Like it literally is another job. So
A whole other job, editing
it's
and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, it's a whole other job. So, life is. I mean, Darwin says it at the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grab life by the horns. Really. It's that's really the messaging.
Be
there.
intentional
Like,
about it.
You got to be intentional
about your life. You can't just let life happen to you.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to put in work.
Yeah.
And guess what? You got to put in work in order to rest. Right? You got to put in work in being efficient. You got to be intentional about like creating a life where you can have the rest that you need, the recharge that you need. So
I got a designated bedtime and a designated wake up time
facts.
every day of the week.
And you know what I'm learning too, bro, is that it really, like, your sleep quality is heavily dependent on being consistent as far as the time that you go to sleep. You have to go to sleep the same time every day. Like that really is so key when it comes to having better sleep quality. Like it has to be the same time every single day. Like, and that's gonna force you as a person to like organize your life, right? To make sure that you meet that, right? So
yeah.
That whole
that's I like the way you said that there. If you have, and so it doesn't have to be on the dot that you like that, but like give or
at least
take
within
15,
the realm.
15 minutes,
yeah,
plus or minus, maybe 20 minutes plus or minus.
Yeah.
But if you have that as your linchpin, boom, that helps you then figure out what the hell the rest of your day gonna be.
Absolutely. Yep. The whole white supremacist thing.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah. It's
rears its ugly head again.
Yeah, it just
coincidentally enough.
It always appears in some way, shape, or form. And there is this group of folks who wants to promote this white what is it called? Ethno state? Yeah, that's white ethno state.
And they are working on it. They ain't no like just like philosophy that they're discussing about it and like waxing poetic.
Project 2025
working on it.
So, bro, you wanna expound on that a bit more?
Federal prosecutors in California unsealed an indictment charging 2 people with leading an online group of white supremacists that maintained a list of high-profile targets to assassinate. Bum bum bum. That's when the soundboard would come in. And urging group members to commit hate crimes, trying to put that bit into action.
Yeah, for sure.
The 37-page indictment was filed on September 5th in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of California. It alleges this dude named Dallas Aaron Humber and Matthew Robert Allison. They said that they led the known terror group. This is what they're calling themselves. It's a network of channels, group chats, and users on the app Telegram.
Telegram, yeah.
Well, no, Telegram is an app.
Yeah, Telegram. It is an app.
So they were using Telegram to promote their group Terrogram. Okay. Right. And so they promote white supremacists, accelerationism. This is a term I haven't heard before. White supremacist accelerationism.
Yeah, I never heard that before either. I thought that was interesting.
I've heard of the concepts behind it, which is basically they trying to have a race war.
Yeah.
But acceleration part is that they saying that, we know a race war is going to happen inevitably in this country.
So what we're seeking to do is actually
expedite,
make
that bit happen,
faster. Yeah.
And so they want to speed up the collapse of the government and have the rise of a white ethno state.
That is so nefarious. Like to have isolated concentration on that specifically is kind of like
right wingers. These right wingers, and these are right wingers. They don't take no breaks.
They don't. Clearly.
We just got affirmative action overturned.
Yes.
Because they wasn't taking no breaks. We got set up high voter rights. Voter rights, right? Have been overturned. remember the southern states used to have to like go through an extra measure to prove that they're not being racist before? That got overturned. So what immediately happened after that? They enacted all kinds of ID laws, all kinds of redistricting stuff, all kinds of freaking way of DeSantis in Florida. People, even after they were convicted, let's say they went to prison, then they did their term. Florida residents signed a they voted in a thing to where after you serve your term, you can get your voting rights back.
Okay.
Like they were still arresting people in Florida, trying to arrest people for trying to vote, for voting. And the people was getting arrested were like, yo, we served our time. The law was passed in Florida that after you serve your time, you can get your but guess what? There was a commissary bill you didn't pay. There was when you was in prison. Oh, there was these phone call bills that you had to pay when you made all these phone calls while you was in prison that you still have a back. Oh, it's $300 or $3,000, whatever it is. And because your debt was still there, you're getting arrested for now voter fraud. These people who serve their debt to society after this thing, but so like, it's been in the sauce. It's been in the sauce of the right wing. Let me get back on track for a second. So they want to accelerate this ethno state. The only party that is really aligned enough for them to try to get this accelerated and done are these people that march on Charlottesville. Are these people that march on January 6th? Who are they supporting? Trump. Like, am I really, am I stretching the dots, the connection for these dots? Or they seem like really close? Am I bugging?
I mean, I think it's a legitimate
reasonable
conclusion.
It sounds like I'm being reasonable.
Yeah.
Right wingers, MAGA, are white supremacists and racists.
No, I will. So how do you? So the way you're defining right wingers is
the extreme
MAGA.
right, the extreme right,
because I think so that's the reason why.
Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah,
because just because you vote Republican, you know, you don't mean you MAGA. Just because you vote for a conservative thing, you're not MAGA. I'm saying it here, so it should preempt. Don't go. Look, save your fingers. I saved you some trouble. Because they definitely here. I'm talking about the far right wing.
Yeah.
This dude Allison was arrested last week. Authorities say he had a backpack loaded with what appeared to be a bug out kit. He had zip ties, a gun, duct tape, ammunition, a knife, lock picking tools, 2 phones.
Bro was on that type of time. He was on that type of time. He was trying to.
They caught him with it.
Trying to get busy. Yeah.
When law enforcement reached out, when they searched his apartment, they found an assault rifle, 2 laptops.
There's always an AR.
An external hard drive. You know, gotta be in the picture, bro. That's a standard issue right there. Standard issue terrorism right there. But you need the AR, right?
Yeah.
And another go bag that had $1,500 cash in it. Now, I'm gonna pause right there and say real quick, you should probably have more in your go bag.
Probably.
Than 1,500.
Yeah, 50. They ain't gonna cut it. They ain't gonna cut it, bro.
I'm just saying, like, if you pick it up when I'm laying down, black people, I'm talking to you. Okay, you listening? Okay, yeah. You should probably have more in your go bag in cash than $1,500.
Yes.
I'm gonna put that right there. He also had clothes and a passport, Ziploc bags full of pills, ammunition, and one of those skull mask balaclavas. You know, you put it over your face.
Oh, no!
And then it's got a skull on it. It's from Call of Duty. Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
And he had his birth certificate in his joint.
Okay.
That boy had 2 go bags ready to go. Terrogram was a network specifically formed so that they can take action on this joint. And so that's the main point that I'm trying to really wring out of this joint here is that they're taking action on that side. That Project 2025, they put that bit on paper. I feel like we're in one of these moments that's happened, just what happened with civil rights, right? That will happen with whatever calls for, let's say, reparations, or whatever happened to affirmative action, just or even Roe v. Wade. We had a chance to codify that, to put reasonable restrictions and rights and privileges for controlling a pregnancy, controlling your medical autonomy. We had opportunities to do that, but we didn't do anything about it. That was under Obama administration. We had a chance to do stuff about climate change. We had opportunities to do that kind of stuff. But instead of Al Gore, we elected freaking George Bush. There's like, we have all these opportunities to prevent some of the worst things that we can see. We can see this freaking train wreck coming. The Supreme Court just freaking gave this dude Trump immunity. He gave it to all presidents, actually. But we know, the liberals, on the left, or even if not liberal, at least you're on the left, Joe Biden and these people in power, freaking Kamala, they're not going to take those actions and just straight up bulldoze their way the way that they do on the right.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know why we're asleep on the left like this. Even and if the black community also got comfortable and just got freaking, like, some of us started making some money and start taking our eye off the ball with some of the stuff. And we turn around now that people that serve their time can't even vote. We turn around now, we only have one district in Alabama. There's a lot of black people in Alabama. And you only got one district?
Low key, there is a lot of black people in Alabama. You're right about that.
A lot of people in Alabama.
A lot of black folks in Alabama.
District?
Yeah.
Because niggas took they off the ball, and we be on some dumb shit. We be on some other shit, some dumb. We're not paying attention. Like, I keep running into these black folk, dog, that just, like, I'm not voting at all.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? I just thought about it's yeah, that's kind of crazy. You know what it is? It's also I think a lot of folks just, especially black folks, bro, they still be looking for that 40 acres in the mule, man. Instead of,
bro,
like,
you never go, even if
instead of going to go get it. You feel me? Like, you gotta go get that, man.
Go out and get it. But also, you could put the people in power, put the people in place to help you get the barriers out your way, so you can get your 40 acres. The farmers, the black farmers, Biden just gave them a bunch of money back because of some, like, it's like truth and reconciliation almost kind of thing that the government is doing, because of all the benefits that the black farmers weren't receiving. They were denied from subsidies that was going out to all farmers. But somehow when you look at the statistics, black people only got like 5% of the benefit from those things. When it's like, wait a minute, if they make up 15 to 20% of the farming community, why is it only 5% of black farmers? Yeah, so they, like, the government is retroactively trying to put that joint in back place. The right wing is the one blocking that and calling it discrimination now.
You know what's interesting about that? It's actually kind of similar to the venture capitalist argument with black companies and black women in general.
Oh, you're talking about like the freedom.
Yeah, like with the Fearless Fund. With the Fearless Fund, right? Where only it's like a $288 billion $288 billion goes.
Oh, the Fearless.
The Fearless Fund. The Fearless Fund.
Fearless Fund. Yeah.
Fearless Fund. $288 billion go into venture capitalism annually, and only 1% of that go to black businesses, and even less than that, like 0.06 or something like that, go to black women. So it's kind of there's clearly something there.
So then you go to try to say, okay, fine, I'll do it myself. You put your Thanos glove on and you go over there and you're like, fine, we'll support our people and we'll make a movement. And then the right wingers sue you to make you stop doing that. That makes me think y'all racist, bro.
All the evidence is there.
That makes me think y'all racist, bro.
All the evidence is there, man.
And then you have these niggas like Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina.
Okay.
Talking about, have you heard about this guy?
No, I haven't actually. I'm hearing.
Boy, have I got news for you.
This sound like some next level cool.
Have I got
already
news
feel
from
it.
you?
I already
You
feel
heard like insert. I don't know who's editing this part. You or me?
Mhm.
Uncle Ruckus right here.
White mans can think about so many things at a time. White man can run a computer, and while he writing with his left hand with an ink pen, and he's Googling something on the computers with his right hand, and then he's using his other hand to pay people who working for him. White man has a more developed brain. I don't know if you know anything about bumblebees, but bumblebees got complex eyes. They can see in all kind of different ways at once. White man's got complex brains. They can see things you couldn't possibly see with your little Negro brain.
You thought Herschel Walker was bad.
Yeah,
You
I thought he was pretty
Herschel
bad.
Walker was bad. Bro,
thought he
this
was pretty
dude,
bad.
Mark Robinson, talking about he said he wishes he referred to himself as a black Nazi and thinks that we should have brought back slavery.
What is? I don't even want to explore this further, but for the sake of the
He
show,
said
let's talk about it.
He said he would be in the KKK if they allow black members.
What is his What is his reasoning for that?
It's self-hate. He hates
So let me actually give a bit more context why I even asked that question.
Oh my God.
I asked that question with that already known. Like we already passed the self-hate part. Like I'm past that. I'm beyond that. Right? Like because I already know that's the that's already
so Donald Trump
that
went
metric
back
has
to
been met
North
already.
Carolina.
So like what is he?
This was,
what is
I
he
think,
on?
yesterday. Donald Trump went back to North Carolina. You know, they're on the campaign, so they're going state to state. The former president is confronting a mess he played a key role in making in the critical battleground state. It's a battleground state now. Democrats haven't won that since Obama, right? I don't know if he won it the second time. But even before Obama, like it's not like a place that Democrats typically win. But he picked a MAGA specific candidate, and anywhere in this country, if Trump is it gives you his endorsement, if you're on the right, you're probably gonna win.
Are we still talking about Mark Robinson?
We're still talking about Mark Robinson.
Okay, just to be clear.
This is a guy Trump endorsed. This is a guy that Trump repeatedly compared to Martin Luther King Jr. That one. Jr.
Chill, bro.
He said that Mark Robinson was Martin Luther King Jr. on steroids. I mean, that's a weird way to put it. I get it. You'd be like, he was saying like he's even better than Martin Luther King. This guy, Mark Robinson, who wants to be a freaking Nazi. This dude recently was found on this porn site. They found him. Of course. They found him. They found his old stuff on porn on this porn site where he's talking about, bro, this is stuff you can't say this in front of the congregation. Some of this stuff. The way he was going in on having an affair on his wife with his wife's sister, he provided graphic details down to the like lubrication level kind of details.
Wow. So he had a lot of baby oil too.
That boy had all kinds of stuff going on, mixing all kinds of fluids. He was watching trans porn and stuff. And not that I have a problem with trans porn, but a right winger definitely has problem with trans porn.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm liberal on the left and I own it. And I'm like, do you? If that's your thing, do you? I don't care. Not my thing, but I don't care. You do you. But my man's was like talking about how he loves watching this stuff. But like you didn't go and try to like talking about people who are trans should if they're found in a restroom that's not their specific sex or gender, they should get the death penalty. But you like rubbing
That
one out
seems-
to that bit, like, bro, you're not, like,
That seems
that's
pretty
wild for you
hypocritical.
to say, right?
Mhm.
He's talking about when he was younger, how he still has thoughts of when he was younger. He used to like do like peeping Tom type stuff in women's locker rooms.
That guy is a weirdo, bro. Who
He's
is
such a
this guy?
freaking weirdo. They're all just freaking weirdos. All
Jeez,
of them on that
bro.
side. They're just all freaking weirdos about it. And like,
Wow.
this dude is
bro.
running for governor of North Carolina. All this stuff has come out now. CNN has had this big like freaking thing about it. And I remind folks, he is the current sitting lieutenant governor currently.
Since 2021.
Yeah. Self-hating black guy voting on the right, in alignment with Terrogram. In alignment with Terrogram.
Bro, I got a whole wife and everything. That's bro. That's weird. That guy is,
With that said, though, he is like
yeah.
really polling poorly now. All this stuff has come out, and Trump has given him his full throated endorsement. So Trump's trying to slide away from him now.
Well, yeah, obviously
Trump's trying to slide away from him now. But I think the damage is done. Early voting has started. People are already voting. You know, and that dude is still on the ballot. He can't even drop out right now because the ballots went out. He can't even drop out or anything and replace him. So there's a chance that can bring down, or that can like turn up. I don't know, like
it can have adverse effects. I guess
it can have adverse effects to where
Trump's
Kamala could
chances.
win North Carolina.
Oh,
Because people are, because the Democrats could be so motivated to come vote against this guy, and the people that he rock with could be like, oh man, I believe in this dude. But like, I mean, I was right wing, but like this stuff is, I can't vote for this guy.
That stuff is out of
that person potentially could stay home, and it could have been a person that voted for Trump on the top of the ticket. So, and also Trump, it can have an adverse effect. Be like, Trump, you endorsed this guy. So you're like, I don't trust your judgment, Trump, or this guy, and they just stay home. Potentially, Kamala could win North Carolina, and the polls close in North Carolina at 7:30 p.m. And bro, when you look at the Electoral College, Democrats weren't even counting on North Carolina.
Oh,
they weren't counting on North Carolina.
How many Electoral College votes that North Carolina has? Do you know?
I hadn't looked it up in a while. It could be I think I want to say this gotta be more than 23.
Because I'm thinking if it's a battleground state, it should be
North Carolina. What are we looking
amount.
for? We're looking for their electoral.
Yeah, the Electoral College.
Electoral votes. How many they get?
Yeah, how many votes they get? Yeah, for the Electoral College.
Okay.
I always assume
16.
16. Okay. I mean that yeah. I kind of I was thinking more like 20, but 16. Okay.
I thought it was 23. They get 16. Yeah, but still, like that, bro. 7:30 on election day, and you win in North Carolina, bro. The
16 points can make it. 16 votes can make a difference, bro. Like,
but the implications of what that means in Wisconsin, what that means in Iowa, almost, which is not someplace that you would even think to, but like definitely Wisconsin, definitely Michigan, Pennsylvania. Forget about it. You want North Carolina. Yeah. That means that you're like, you already skewing and polling really and like getting the votes of like the undecideds, all the independents and stuff. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. We might be they might be able to call the election 10 p.m. That's my prediction. If she wins North Carolina, this stuff isn't helping. They're gonna call the election by 10 p.m.
Really? That's a heck of a.
It's a wrap. They're gonna call it projected. They're not gonna confirm it, but they're gonna say projected winner, and presumptive president of the United States, Kamala Harris. They're gonna say that. So by based 10 p.m.
So Kamala wins North Carolina. Like in your head, you're like, oh yeah, that joint over with. Okay,
it's over. It's over. I'm popping champagne. I'm popping the bottles. I'm getting bottles. I'm popping it. It's no secret that that's who I support since before. And that's the primary since before Biden. So by 10 p.m. it's a wrap. There's no way you win North Carolina, but also lose Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's true. North Carolina is a state that I really can't even see Kamala winning. But if she wins,
Yeah,
yeah,
you should not be winning North
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah.
So
I
you're
can't even see her
definitely
winning
winning
North Carolina.
Georgia. You're
Oh, yeah,
definitely winning Georgia if you win
Yeah,
North
if you win
Carolina.
North Carolina, you win Georgia. Yeah, for sure.
Georgia's a toss-up kind of thing. But like, no, it's like boom, you definitely win in Georgia if
Yeah,
you win North
yeah.
Carolina.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a wrap for people. And for my purposes with the end of MAGA, my purpose is I want to end MAGA. Let there be
agree.
a legit, sane, right side, right, center right. You know what I mean? People that I can have like conversation with about reality.
That's actually what I've been desiring for a while. Like a legitimate conservative candidate who actually has sense, who's not radical, like
Make it make sense.
who actually has legitimate reasoning for how they see that the country should be run. Right?
Where I can
On their
have
side.
conversations with you,
actual intellectual conversations
about the real numbers of unemployment and GDP and inflation and what it means, Hamas versus the IDF, what it means versus what's happening with Haiti, or the electric vehicle market in China and how they're expanding across the world versus our own electric vehicle, and like have conversations about, those same down to earth real world stuff. Not inventing shit like Haitians eating cats and dogs in freaking Springfield.
Yeah.
What up, fam? It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I gotta give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, cause I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe, so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too.
Yeah. It's been debunked. Like, it's been debunked by everybody. And then the freaking dude, JD Vance, admits to it being a freaking lie.
Yeah, he said it on
He admitted to it. He said, he said, yeah, that story, I know the story is not real, but we have to, this is after like they checked you on it.
It's so crazy. He actually tried to spin it and try to justify it and say and say, if I have to go with Caucasity,
the Caucasity of it all.
When he said that, I was like, are you serious, bro? Like, I feel like slapping fire out of you.
If I have to create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm gonna do, Dan.
Like, the dude that's representing you on that side, heartbeat away. I said
it's crazy, bro.
A chicken sandwich away, dog.
Yeah, bro.
It's nigga Trump.
It's really crazy, bro.
Come on.
Like, to really try to spin that as an excuse to be like, just to get the attention of the American people on real issues. What are you talking about, bro?
What? I'm going to continue lying about this whole
bro.
Hold on.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Hook up.
Them day side, I couldn't believe it, bro.
Gela, me se pa pense, Haitien pa Americain.
Right.
Haitien ki Americain too.
Yeah.
When we vote,
yeah, facts.
You're not freaking inspiring Haitians to vote in your direction, my guy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna tell me the lie straight up to my face, and then try to pee on my leg, like wait. You pee on my leg and tell me it's pee, but then you also pee on my leg and tell me it's rain, bro. I'm sorry. There's like the cognitive dissonance I am not capable of. I'm not capable of all that.
Yeah.
You're giving racist to me.
Yeah.
You're giving ethnocentric nationalism to me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To specifically the community that came in to assist and revive this whole freaking city, the Haitian community. And you're saying we're eating dogs and people's cats and pets? Coco, did you hear this? Coco, did you hear this? They're eating dogs. They're eating dogs, Coco. You're next. I'm just getting her plump.
See, and that's the problem right there. Haitians could never take things seriously.
I'm getting well fed, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, right there. That's a whole tenderloin.
That is the problem right there. Haitians can never take. Bro, I was watching something on IG where like there's this Haitian comedian, bro. He was making he brought together an Asian, cause you know they have the same stigma, bro. That was so crazy, bro. They're like look at Haitians bringing two communities together who get accused of the same thing. I was like, bro, y'all gotta chill.
They're
bro.
eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
They told him
Eat the cat. They're eating
Yeah, he
the
was
dogs.
Trump was
They're
in
eating
debate.
the cats.
Trump was in
Eat the
debate. They're
cat.
like,
Eat
they're
the
eating the
cat.
dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
I meant to say this earlier, bro. I meant to say it earlier. Yo,
they're eating the
first of
dogs.
all,
They're eating the cats.
first of all,
Eat the cat.
bro. No, I gotta mention this, bro. This is crazy, bro. Like, yo, Trump had me crying, bro. Like, yo, so this is kind of how I describe the debate, right? Just to kind of talk about it for a second.
Yeah.
This is how I described the debate when I was watching the debate, right? Trump came out the gates firing, and I was like, okay,
Ready to go.
yeah, ready to go. I was like, okay, he cooking a little bit. It's like Trump dropping like 10 points in the first 5 minutes of the game, right? The first 2 minutes of the game, he's just cooking, right?
Oh, he's here tonight.
Yeah, he's
Steph
like,
Curry in
okay,
the
he's like,
Olympics.
he's
Steph
like,
Curry in
okay,
the Olympics.
yeah, he's like, I'm cooking. But then the second half come around, Kamala dropped 50, right? She Kamala started. Kamala cooked him. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm not even like, she's not a candidate I endorse or anything like that. But like, I'm a keeper. I said this last time. I was like, I'm at an age where I keep it real, bro. Like,
Dog, keep it a bean.
Cooked him. She cooked him. Like, she cooked, bro. She was literally debating a child. It was like she would make a point, and, bro. Dog, she would make a point, right? She would make a point, and like Trump will come back and be like, they're eating the dogs. They're eating gorillas and apes.
Wow,
like, what?
stuff, dog. They would just come up with nothing. Like,
They were just like, and Kamala looking at him like, she's just like, the
Yeah.
black woman confusion stare. That's just like, she's just,
oh, she was making faces. She
Bro,
was making faces that whole
yo,
time for
bro,
everything. He
dog.
said. Like, can you believe this? Like,
I was crying, bro. Like when I was like hearing what he was saying and looking at Kamala's faces when he was saying those things. She was looking at him like,
this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You saw some realness in that.
Yeah,
right. Her reactions.
Yeah,
there was and this is what I was saying with the.
I think she was
with
truly
when she
befuddled.
talking,
like,
when she was saying the thing about like it's a crying shame, and she gave that little thing question to the answer to NABJ. I was like, bruh, that felt genuine. That felt genuine, right? And I dig that. Like, I have to, because I'm a political scientist like that. I see the game that she has to play and the careful balance that she has to make in some of her responses and stuff, and why she's doing it. I get it. She's trying to win a freaking election here.
Oh yeah.
All these things that y'all want her to do, you know, even from the liberal side to the black folks, even to the these conservatives that are now endorsing her and stuff. Like, she's like, I gotta balance all these interests, all these stakeholders, right, to freaking achieve this thing, and then I could even try to address some of y'all stuff.
Yeah.
And even then, I might not even get to all of y'all because of whatever reasons, whatever, right? And so, like, but every once in a while, she's like real.
It's a real reaction. It's just like
it's a real reaction.
And
I
noticed
some
that
of those
too.
moments.
I noticed that too. And I think I will and I gotta give credit where credit due. She did very well, bro. Like, her team prepared her very well, and like, she was sharp. She started a little shaky because, I mean, it's her first time, started a little shaky, whatever. But that's why I said, like, she came out second half and dropped 50. Like, she dropped 50. Like, so and it's like and it's interesting because, like, the turning point, and a lot of analysts had said the same thing too, that the real turning point that really like got her, like, that really just pushed Trump over the edge, like, was when she said, "My guy, you got people leaving your You got people
leaving.
leaving your events
because they're tired and they're bored.
Like we saw the footage. It's like when somebody's like trying to make up a story and somebody else come around the corner and be like,
That fool said,
"Stop all that capping, bro. We saw how you was moving."
That fool Trump said, "Oh, you thought I was on some shit before.
Mm.
Hold my beer." And he
was desperate.
off tilt.
That lets you know that he's losing.
From that point on.
That lets you know that he knew that he was
losing. From then,
losing.
she just laid on. Desperate. Here's a piece of cheese. Here's a piece of cheese. Here's a piece of laying out traps.
She just started cooking.
Laying out traps, and the dude fell for every single one.
That's why I was like, her team is
that
great.
Boy had, but how about this? Okay, fine, her team is great, and I appreciate people having a team on them. You know what I mean? So that to get their agenda across and to get what their goals and wishes are for the society across. But there's a decision-making point of picking your team. So that means her judgment was pretty good on picking that team.
Yeah, I'll give her credit for that for sure.
This dude always picks the worst team. Rudy Giuliani has lost his law license. Michael Cohen, who's against Trump now, went to jail.
A whole sentence. He was there down. He was gone for like a year or something like that.
Yeah. The people and now you got this dude. You got this dude who Trump endorsed in North Carolina. With all this stuff coming out about him, it don't seem like Trump is the best decision maker, my guy.
Man, listen. Listen, this man finessed his way into the Oval Office, man.
The people in Ohio, in Springfield, Ohio, it was a town that was dying. Jobs were leaving because the whole manufacturing thing left.
Yeah.
So guess what? You also have there a lot of men struggling specifically because the manufacturing left. We talked about that, about the gender roles and all that kind of stuff. When we talked about that part, these men having less financial opportunities, not providing the way they used to because they used to just toil the earth. Job types are changing. Manufacturing moving overseas. The companies and the manufacturing businesses there have now found a new life because these Haitians coming in legally. This is the other thing. He's saying they're illegal, one, and that they're eating people's pets. So like, what the fuck you talking? These people are here legally because Joe Biden has a program, including Haiti in that program, a couple other countries, giving temporary status to these Haitians, because of all the crap that's going on in Haiti ever since 2010.
Absolutely.
Ever since way before then, but most specifically because, how it's been going since 2010. And then the president getting assassinated.
Yeah, 21, yeah. 2021.
Remember, these Haitians who supported Trump
before in the past election.
Now with good reason, because Hillary Clinton was on the other side and the Clintons in Haiti.
Yeah, that thing too. Yeah, that whole.
But I never thought though that Trump would be better for Haitians. I just wouldn't vote on the top of the ticket at that. But that's what I would do if I really came down to that. But I knew Trump was an existential threat even back then. So I was like, you know what? I'm voting Clinton. Trump was never on your side. He's still not on your side.
Trump is on no one's side.
Trump is on his own side, and JD Vance is actually a freaking worse troll than Trump is. He's actually on the ethnocentric side of things.
Yes.
He will enact all these things. He's not as narcissistic to be like, I'm the person that needs to. He's like, no, I need to implement these things. These right wingers are not taking a break, and he's a chicken sandwich away from implementing the right wing agenda. Trump doesn't care. If once Trump is out of here, Trump is like, I don't care what I left behind, as long as I'm Gucci. And I made it out, and I think he will make it out of here without. Again, I've said it since day one. Trump has never suffered a consequence in his life. Still to this day. He got shot. He still didn't suffer a consequence. what was that, like breaking a nail? That Band-Aid was gone in a week
Yeah.
off his
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah, he didn't even. Yeah.
And now they're talking about he's
long.
got another assassination attempt. No, dog. I can't let y'all do that lie. That was just a breach of security.
Mm-hmm.
That was a breach of security. Anybody, he ain't shoot. You know what? At best, I'll give you an assassination plot. A plot. They spotted the dude like they're supposed to.
Sort. Yeah.
No. I'm plotting in the sense of like that guy plotted. He probably might have wanted to shoot Trump or somebody else there, but let's say Trump. He's the highest profile person there, and they caught his ass while he was fucking setting up the GoPro.
Yeah.
And he got up out of there. Never got shot fired. Trump was never even at that position yet. He was complete, like he's on the golf course, so it dog legs and it bends and turns. He never had a shot at Trump. They heard this thing going on. Shots fired. The people way back here who was on Trump already, the Secret Service, got him inside. Nothing happened. They chased the guy. They caught him. White guy. Again, not getting the Tyreek Hill treatment. Did not get the Tyreek Hill treatment.
That's interesting.
And this is the guy that potentially had a plot to shoot the former president of the United States. Okay. So I'll give you that. Maybe it was a plot. It's not an assassination attempt. And this guy has the nerve to tell everybody else we need to tone down the violence. The guy that just had the plot on you voted for you in 2016. The guy that shot you previously in Minnesota had Trump yard signs where he lived. Trump isn't making it safe for Trump. That's on you.
Clearly.
That's your people. That's your side.
People
they ain't rocking with you, or they think you're expendable. Either one.
That's very telling. Your own people trying to get you up out of there.
Your own people trying to get you up out of there.
Yeah.
And then this guy, like so much so he's on their side. I think he tried to like donate, or he donated, or he was supporting Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. That's on your side. There's a problem over there. There's a violence problem over there. Terrogram is over there.
Yes.
Black people that want to vote, like Ply said, you can either go AKA or KKK. Black people that supporting Trump, y'all over there. That's the camp that you associating with. You got to own all of that. And so these folks in Ohio who were getting the benefit of having these legal immigrants working, building up their manufacturing back up. Bro, even at the churches was going out of business. And you know Haitians like I know Haitians. It's l'école, la caille,
or l'église for sure.
Or l'église.
Yeah.
So you know Haitians finna take their asses to church. Those churches are like, yo, they back in these pews. We litty.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah. Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
These Haitians learning English and all that kind of stuff over there because of that. Now, yes, it's not a perfect setup because like, yo, that's a lot of Asians, to come in a small town. It's like 20K in the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
You need some infrastructure, you need some translators and all that kind of stuff. So they have some problem because like, if you ever been in Haiti, they be driving like, you know what I mean? Hey, right? It's vibes. There's more vibes. Right? Yeah. When you're driving to Haiti, and they ain't like that over here. Yield sign would throw a nigga for a loop.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
a yield and a merge. You know what I mean? Like to get, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like if you ain't been driving this kind of system, a stop sign, okay, you get that red stop light, right? But like in these small towns, dog, some of them only have like a couple of these.
Yeah, they got a few little, sure.
And Haitians already on vibes with the driving from Haiti, bro. You know what I mean? So Yeah, there's an infrastructure issue you got to address. You know, these kids, they got kids, they need to go to school, so you need some ESOL classes. Miami definitely got ESOL classes.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Freaking Texas got ESOL classes. Boston, New York, but like Ohio, English as a second language for maybe the Spanish community or maybe your Russian speaking community or something like that. But like Creole, Haitian Creole.
Loki, there's actually a lot of Haitians in Oregon, Portland, Oregon.
I think you might have said this before too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Shocking,
this is totally pivot. This is
Whole
totally pivot.
communities.
This is total pivot. I'm gonna pivot real quick. I think a spinoff, well, a special edition for Challenge Day. You and I. Okay, so I got Miami, of course.
Okay.
Maryland. We're gonna do Maryland as an honorable mention. We're gonna do Maryland, New York, Boston, Springfield, Ohio, Portland, Oregon. Challenge Day. Messy Bros go to the Haitian restaurants. The best or famous or the most prominent Haitian restaurant in each of those cities, and review and interview and report and footage as like a field trip special, Challenge Day special, the Haitian restaurants in those places. It's an idea. I'm putting it onto universe. Putting it out
interesting.
There.
I wouldn't be
but I'm like, dang, dude. Like, I bet they got a Haitian restaurant in Springfield now, though. At least a food truck.
All those.
At least a food truck.
Yeah. Come on, man.
20,000 Haitians, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody set up a freaking Jean shop or something.
Bro, somebody
selling patties.
Bro, that's why somebody selling pate.
Nobody selling pate.
Somebody selling pate, man. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm just saying, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So the city is thriving now. It's doing a lot better. It was a dying city. It's thriving now because these Haitians have come and brought in like patronizing the businesses, providing labor for the manufacturing plants, going to the churches and stuff, and providing tithes and offerings. Excuse me. Okay. The Frankenstein monster that JD Vance created, that Donald Trump exploited and brought up in a national debate, has taken a life of its own. And the people in that community have been terrorized ever since. The Haitians specifically have been bullied and terrorized ever since. Even the people in the community, the white people in the community are like, the one lady came out and said, I was mistaken when I perpetuated this story. I was wrong. And then you had another lady who shared the story and was like, I found my cat. Actually, it was in my basement, and I blame my neighbor for it, who is Haitian. I was wrong. With the Trump sign in her yard while she's saying this. But that doesn't stop the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, from distributing hate-filled leaflets in the community. Proud Boys, the far right-wing Proud Boys, have shown up to Springfield, terrorizing people. The residents of Springfield, the white residents of Springfield, like, they have turned our community upside down with this fucking lie. We had an incident where a Haitian driver, again, they don't drive so well, they killed a kid. That's a tragic accident.
Yeah.
But it was just that. It was an accident. No one maliciously is harming the community. And that guy, I think, he's gonna get some time. He should get due process and everything, and you killed somebody, bro. You're gonna get some time for that.
Yeah.
You don't get as much as malicious, murder or something like that, but you're gonna get some time for that.
You say this is a Haitian guy?
A Haitian guy.
Yeah.
And JD Vance and Donald Trump said he's gonna go out there to Springfield. You're gonna go out there to do what? To calm the fires that are brewing.
Bro,
Some of these Haitians.
he shows up, he's gonna probably spark them because they know what he stands for.
Come on, dog.
Oh, let's keep it real. That's crazy.
So okay, so we're talking about the Klan and the other far right group. Was it what they call Proud Boys?
Proud Boys, yes.
Right, descending down on this town. Let's give a listen to what's going on the ground.
Pour permettre que rassemblement ça possible dans nation ka on est.
The white supremacists going into Springfield.
Lors bay vérité faut yo tande yo. Communauté haïtienne nan ensemble ak allié li yo réuni là pour bay la vérité. Et vérité c'est que Donald Trump a bay menti dans déclaration fait contre haïtien yo.
Donald Trump lied.
Haiti pas very. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Haiti.
Qui ça bay menti? N'a prend soin petit tout, n'a prend soin maman, nous prend soin grand nous travaille dans l'hôpital, nous servir, nous aider pays ça. Et puis je dis c'est ça nous mériter? Non. M'a dit un seul bagay. Nous mériter respect. Mettez respect des non haïtiens. Nous t'avons chance parler avec plusieurs participants qui étaient présents dans rallye sida. Maintenant, yo souhaité que ancien président américain Donald Trump mande communauté haïtienne pardon pour mentir avec mauvaise déclaration il fait ça.
OK, m'te trouvé que si Trump vini boy ici à son côté gampil haïtien.
Yo. Haitians get me so mad, bro. Y'all don't take nothing seriously, bro. Yo. Bro, that's bro, that's
I'm
funny.
I'm at the end of this myself. I got this one done. Oh, it was worth it. It was worth it. You saw that sign? And they showed it, dog. It was a Haitian broadcasting network, dog. Like,
bro.
Oh,
that's crazy, bro.
That was so
I can't believe
funny, dog. Like, bro, Jeff, that one funny.
That's funny.
That one funny, Jeff.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, that racist ass nigga was funny, dog.
Bro.
That joint was funny. This nigga, that bitch said pets. What was it?
Pet lives matter. Bro, what is wrong with Haitians, bro? How am I supposed to take this whole situation seriously?
Oh, that bitch said
with a sign like that.
Lives matter.
How am I supposed to care now with a sign like that, bro?
No. That was white supremacists that had that song.
Okay.
It was a white guy that had that song.
Oh, okay. I must have missed.
It was a white guy that had that song, dog. It's me laughing at the joint. I'm the depraved one. Yeah. Blame me. I'm the bad one.
Yo.
Pets.
No.
That's what matter.
And that's what makes it even worse. That's what makes it
worse.
They
shitting on everybody with that sign.
Now, bro, it's like, bro.
Dog, they went from they took that joint to the white lives matter, to the blue lives matter, dog, down to the
pet lives.
All lives matter, down to the pets lives matter. And all niggas was saying was like,
bro.
I mean, my life matters as well, right?
Yeah.
Because y'all was accounting as well. I forgot to add the as well or the two, the double O's. And y'all ain't like that. Y'all ain't like that. Y'all was mad at that down to its essence and to the bastardization of it all.
Yeah.
We talked about them freaking turning around terms that we use and like
for sure.
To
serve their own purpose. Yeah.
Lives matter.
But it was surprising that they had there was like a whole counter protest out there, I imagine, since that guy was walking around with that sign.
There was a counter protest.
Okay, that's
they had niggas up in that bit too, just like against Haitians, like talking about go back home, you illegals and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
like,
of course they always got those those in there.
But these black folks too, they're like uninformed. They got their research because just like Trump said, I saw it on TV. And they're like, no. I know you saw on TV. But the people came out and said like, no, this wasn't happening. They even admitted it.
Mhm.
And then Trump was like, well, it sounds good for them to say that, but I saw it on TV.
Mhm.
He doubled down on seeing it on TV.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, America elects this guy. We firmly know what kind of country we are. Like, there's no more doubt.
For sure.
There's no more doubt. There's no more like pretending, you know what I mean, to be above it all. So state troopers now, they're standing guard outside of schools and government buildings in Springfield because of they've been getting bomb threats.
That's what
They've been
I
getting
saw
bomb
earlier.
threats.
Yeah, bomb threats. Patients just trying
In
to
a
live and make
community
way.
that was like, yeah, they needed some help.
Mhm.
Yeah, they might have needed some federal funds because that's a lot of population to get, you know, in influx in population.
Mhm.
Yeah, they needed translators, but they were also like making progress.
Mhm.
Getting in that bunch amount of getting that big amount of people in your small community. Maybe when your community was up and thriving, you could absorb it, but like when your community is already on the decline, and you
Yeah.
got to absorb these amount of people, like in a tsunami, there's highs and lows that come with that, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and from the people of Springfield, I see them appreciating the potential of it and trying their best.
I mean, they're definitely trying. You got factory owners out there praising, Haitians like, yo, their work and their support has helped us to be even more productive. But like, yeah, like you mentioned, the infrastructure though, Springfield doesn't really have the infrastructure like that to take that influx of people. So
And it
they
doesn't
seem to
help
be trying to
when
make
these
a way.
outside forces come in and fucking muck shit
Yeah,
up.
and really try to like poison all the good effort all the good faith that's been shown thus far.
It's been
in Springfield.
shown, like on
But-
both sides.
Yeah.
These Haitians coming in over there, they respecting themselves.
Yeah.
They're not late for shifts. They always at their station.
Mhm.
This is what the white
That's
manager
what they said. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
is saying and reporting. And this is what the white preachers and pastors in the community are saying about their churches having people in the pews now.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah,
their own
facts.
community.
Facts,
And these outside forces, because of this dude who just nothing about he just always sowing division and lies and peddling lies and living that joy. And then they admit to the lie and be like, yeah, we supposed to be lying right now. Words matter. Kamala Harris was saying that about that. You know, when you have this microphone, the things you say, if you extrapolate far enough, you have enough of imagination, something I say now could lead to bomb threats in the school. I don't want that. You know what? Let me choose my words better. Let me choose my words more carefully. Let me think about other people besides myself.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, you're seeding stochastic terrorism. We mentioned this a while back.
Came back. Yep.
Bomb threats, my guy. The KKK passing out flyers.
Mm-hmm.
How long before we see a Haitian lynched? Somebody
The
take it into their
KKK
own
passing out
hands.
flies is crazy. I didn't even know they even had a presence there in that area. That's kind of crazy.
Last thing I'll say about this too is they guarantee you that county is going to go Trump in the election. I bet you. As much as they standing up for Haitians and loving on the Haitian community, that they're going to go for Trump in the election. It's Springfield, Ohio. Small town
Well,
USA.
Yeah, it is that. It is
Small
that.
town USA.
It is absolutely that.
So, Haitians, you out there, you still sticking around? You know what I mean? There's opportunities for it, but keep your head on a swivel.
Mm-hmm.
You're already quote unquote model. What they call them? What they call them? Not model citizens. They call them freaking the immigrants. Like when you're like the perfect immigrant that they'll accept. You have all the check boxes on what they'll accept. You know what I mean? Minor minority, model minority.
That's what it is. Model
in that community. You're a model minority. Apparently, that is still not good enough. And rather than vote the way that can help your community thrive, I know you're gonna vote MAGA. You're gonna vote MAGA. And from what you already have an example of, MAGA has hurt you already. Haitians are gonna be leaving there. You can't attract regular, natural born citizens to come there. All your kids, when they get high school education, they get college education, they bounce. They don't come back.
Yeah, they getting up out of there. Yeah.
They don't come back. Your community's thriving. That bar and restaurant that you had there has people eating there now. That mechanic, that's all he knew. It was passed down from generation to generation. Was going out of business. But now these Haitians is driving now. You got a couple bad drivers. I'm gonna say that again.
Well, yeah.
They get repairs though at your shop. That's gonna be passed down like for your own good. But you know, they're gonna vote Trump. We deserve him. If he wants, we deserve him.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. You know, Darwin had to go on his usual rant.
That was a minor rant. That was minor. I feel like that was a minor rant. I could go further, man. You know, I have mercy on the people. Aren't I gracious? Look at me. Magnanimous over here. This guy.
Wow, magnanimous. That's crazy. We appreciate y'all, man. Again, like, comment, subscribe at Another Challenge Day on every social media platform you guys like to frequent. So hit us up, you know, talk to us. We talk back. All right. And
hey, comments.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Stay safe, guys.
One love you.
It's Challenge Day.